And good afternoon, you're very welcome to Tuam Stadium. We're coming to you live here on a very nice day, pleasant day. There's a bit of cloud overhead, but it's dry, very slight breeze, conditions really perfect for football. And we have Caherlistrane against St. Michael's in Group 3 of the Bonsecours Senior Football Championship. And a crucial game here today between Caherlistrane and St. Michael's. I'm joined as well today by Barry Cullinan, who will be with me during the commentary for this afternoon. We'll take a look at the teams first, and we look at Caherlistrane. They will be in blue and white. In goal for Caherlistrane is number 1, Ian Aban. Number 2 will be Cormac Hanley. The full back will be number 3, Shane O'Brien, and Sean Kine will be wearing number 4. The half-back line is made up of number 5, Jonathan McGrath, number 6 is Ian Glynn, and number 7, Stephen Burke. At midfield, Stephen Lawless, wearing number 9, will be joined by number 13, Liam Judge. In the half-forward line, it will be Alan Morris at number 11. Joe Monaghan, wearing 21, will be centre half-forward, and number 19, Brian O'Neill, will be left half-forward. The full forward line then is composed of number 14, Rory Glynn, number 20 is Ronan Keneally, and number 12, top of the left, will be Oisin O'Brien. St. Michael's then will be wearing a white jersey and white togs, and they are lining out as follows. In goal, number 1, Tygo O'Malley. The full back line will be made up of number 7, Shane Maloney, number 6, Brian Madden will be full back, and the left full back will be number 4, Cathal Maher. The half back line at number 2 will be Jack Brown. The centre back will be number 3, Shane Connaughton, and number 5 will be Owen Day, and that's his first time being included on the panel for St. Michael's. At the middle of the field, they will have their captain, Dave Conan, wearing number 8, and number 9 will be Eamon O'Donnell. The half-forward line is composed of number 19, Frank Daly. The centre half-forward is number 25, and that's Eamon Brannigan. And Eamon returns for the first time for St. Michael's for this particular championship. He has been out injured, and he'll be a welcome return for them. The left half forward will be number 10, Gavin Somerville, and the full forward line is made up of number 13, Gary Higgins, at full forward number 20, Eddie Hoare, and the top of the left goes to Damien Connaughton, wearing number 14. Our referee today is Martin Flaherty, and out in the middle of the field they're currently getting involved in the preliminaries of the throw-in. I'm joined here by Barry Cullinan. Barry, an interesting game, both sides putting out very strong sides. For the Caherlistrane side though, not having Cian Darcy is a big loss.
Yeah, he's a huge loss, particularly that physique that he brings around the middle of the pitch and that athleticism. Now there's Stephen Lawless there, so they're not losing too much in size, but St. Michael's the last day against Killannon did really well around the middle of the pitch, with Frank Daly helping out, and Dave Conan did well, particularly in the second half. So, Cian Darcy is a big loss to Caherlistrane, but it's going to be, and on the opposite to that, then with Eamon Brannigan coming into the St. Michael's team, you would feel that that's a big boost for them. But look, it's a really, it's a tight group. Clare Galway and Killannon on after this, and of course Milltown and Monavea Abbey tomorrow. But for both of these teams respectively, St. Michael's are now on 4 points, Caherlistrane on 3. A win today puts either team in a real positive position going into the last round of the club championship here in Galway.
I see that Sean Kine is the deputy captain with the absence of Cian Darcy for Caherlistrane, and he has won the toss, and I think from the way that he was pointing, he has elected to play from left to right, which is towards the scoreboard end here at Tuam Stadium. Just looking at, there is a slight breeze, but is it a factor in any way?
No, I don't think so. And Kevin, looking out at the pitch here, we have a very good vantage point. Pitch looks in really good condition. It's getting plenty of use, lots of games here, but it's standing up well. And I suppose the weather, the good warm summer we've had, and a nice covering of rain as well over the last couple of days keeps it in good nick. But it's looking really well. Conditions are absolutely perfect. We said beforehand maybe 2 o'clock on a Saturday isn't an ideal timing in terms of bringing a crowd to a game, but neither Colm Tumman or Frank Doherty are going to be overly worried about how many are at this game if they come out with a win at the end of it.
Yeah, and I can just see that from the point of view of the pitch here, I know that there were matches every evening during the week in Tuam Stadium, and even when I arrived in here about an hour and a half before the game, Greg Leonard, the groundsman, was cutting the pitch again, making sure that everything is spot on. You have to hand it to him. He's done a fantastic job. But we're nearly ready for the throw-in. They're just waiting for a ball out in the middle of the field. As that arrives, we'll soon be getting underway, and a crucial game for both of these sides, so we can expect a competitive game. The are lining out in the middle of the field as expected, 9 and 13 for Caherlistrane, and it's 8 and 9 for the St. Michael's side. So just waiting for the referee now to toss the ball in. He's just making sure that he's getting his timing right, as are we, and the stopwatch is underway, and the first break is a loose ball, and it comes to the Caherlistrane side, and they have it in the Liam Judge. Liam Judge then plays the ball off, and in the middle of the field, as Caherlistrane tried to build, it goes to Jonathan McGrath. Jonathan, of course, was one of those that was involved in the Galway under-20 team. He finds inside Alan Morris. Alan Morris puts the ball in deep into the corner, and when a mark is won in there, and that's a very good piece of play.
Yeah, it is. And even looking at Jonathan McGrath, he looks like we saw him how exceptional he was for the Galway under-20s and minors. He looks like he's developed physically as well, so that's an important aspect for himself, as the ref pulls it back from taking the
Oisin O'Brien, having won the mark, moved in a couple of paces, and the ref has said, no, you can't do that. You have to take it from where the mark was. So I think he's going to throw the ball in now, Barry.
Yeah, probably the right decision. He did come in when Tommy Ryder on the line there pointed exactly where the mark was and where the free was taken. You can see why the decision was made, but you do well to win any throw up against Stephen Lawless.
Yeah, Stephen did very well there now, and the ball is recycled outside here towards Liam Judge, and Liam now trying to go through with a shot from the right foot. It looked like it's going to curl off to the left hand side, and it does that, and it's gone out wide. And the first attack there from Caherlistrane, nothing out of it. They'll be a little bit disappointed with that, Barry.
Yeah, and St. Michael's similar enough set up to how they had against Clannan. They're getting plenty of bodies back, leaving one or two players up top. Eddie Hoare is up there, and Gary Higgins are up there, but everyone else is dropping back. Damien Connaughton, wearing 14, but out around the middle of the pitch. So it's going to be a game that's going to try and find, both teams are going to try and suss each other out and find what way each other is playing, and then try and come up with a way of counteracting that.
Gavin Somerville does very, very well back there, but then loses the ball, and it's overturned quickly and won by Stephen Burke for Caherlistrane. And Caherlistrane now can recycle it. Lawless plays it over to this side of the field, and it's on to Alan Morris. Morris is looking for the player inside O'Brien, and Morris gives it off again, but unfortunately can't retain possession of the ball. It just bounced dead on the grass there, and you can see that's what's happening. The ball is not coming up. Obviously, the bit of rain that we've had has affected the surface.
Yeah, and there's a good covering of grass as well, so it just doesn't lend to the ball coming back up as quick. But again, as I said, St. Michael's getting loads of bodies behind the ball. Good turnover, and now they're going to try and make the most they can from this turnover, because there's plenty of space inside.
Eamon O'Donnell puts in a long ball, but it's a backs ball all the time. It was so high, there were 2 or 3 of the Caherlistrane players there to cover it, and a chance now for Caherlistrane to counter-attack as they play the ball out. It goes to Stephen Burke. Stephen now going down the left-hand side, looking for support down there, and the ball is going to be recycled back into the middle again, and it comes to Stephen Lawless. Lawless looks up, tries to put a ball right through to Ronan Keneally. Ronan is a live wire for Caherlistrane. He's been playing very, very well for them, and he kicks it off the right and kicks it over the bar, and that was a superb ball that was put into space. Ronan Keneally beat 2 men to it and got a great score.
Loads of pace, Ronan Keneally, and very direct, goes at his man all the time. But interesting to see Rory Glynn wearing 14, but he's operating as an out-and-out sweeper, or maybe an extra defender, as they like to call it these days. But he's given plenty of protection, because his brother Aina is pushing up on Damien Connaughton, who's gone to centre forward, and he's given a good bit of cover to that Caherlistrane full back line.
Aina Glenn there collecting the kick out for the Caherlistrane side. The ball goes in again, but it's knocked away, and it comes to Kyle Maher, and now it's a chance this time for the St. Michael side to counter-attack. Not too many players inside and deep for them, so they're going to have to work it in. Maher looking around to see what's beside him, and beside him is their full forward, Damien Connaughton. He plays it across now to Dave Conan. Conan puts it in deep now, in towards the Eamon Brannigan. Brannigan twists and turns and gets it back to Frank Daly. Daly looks for support. The ball has to be recycled back out the field. Now a deep ball going in towards the goal mouth in there. It's going to bounce and it's going to bounce out, and the goalie just lets it off wide in a ban. And no threat in there from that. Bit rushed maybe in their effort there from St. Michael's.
Yeah, they're going to have to be patient when you're playing against a team that's they have more bodies back than, more defenders back than you have forwards up there. Then it's going to take patience to try and break that down and maybe get a runner or two, and it's interesting to see Eamon Brannigan operating around the full forward line. But I expect as the game goes on, he will probably come out and try and carry ball against St. Michael or against Caherlistrane, maybe win some frees or get a couple of scores himself. But at the moment, he's inside with Eddie Hoare. You've Eddie's experience and power. He's really good coming off the shoulder on the loop to get scores, and you've Eamon Brannigan's pace. So they have a potent full forward line. They just need to get ball into them.
Well, now they have a chance as they pop the ball in towards Brannigan, and he's looking around to see what options are available. He plays a very cute ball in over the top now onto Eamon O'Donnell, and O'Donnell is looking. He's fouled, and it's going to be a free in.
Yeah, soft enough free now. Brilliant ball by Eamon Brannigan over his shoulder, saw the run, and Eamon had a really good game. Eamon had a really good game the last day against Killannon going forward. So again, he'll need to be tracked by the Caherlistrane players, but I felt it was a soft enough free of, if I was a Caherlistrane management, I wouldn't be overly happy with that one now.
So the free about to be taken. And it's driven over the bar. A point from a free for them, and it came from the Gary Higgins, their free taker. Good score from him.
Yeah, he's a good left foot on him. The last day, he has a really good boot. He gets good purchase on them. One or two the last day kind of tailed off to the right when he hit them off the ground, but that one was from the hand. He made no mistake, and he'll be hoping to get the radar in to really to nail all those chances that they get.
Well, as the game settles down after 6 minutes, it's a point apiece, and both sides just teasing one another out in the early stages, no doubt about that. Both sides will be happy enough with their start.
Yeah, they have poor turnover for Caherlistrane, but yeah, look, as I said, the first 10 minutes in any of these games can be cagey enough, just for both teams trying to suss each other out. But Eamon Brannigan is certainly causing the Caherlistrane full backline printing problems.
Winning the ball there that really looked like it was going to go out of the play, but it gets swung around there. Eddie Hoare now on the ball looking for support. He's got Brannigan outside, but it comes off the Caherlistrane player and has gone out for a line ball for St. Michael's. So Caherlistrane haven't had possession, had it overturned, and now they have themselves under pressure as St. Michael's and Eamon Brannigan drive the ball in deep in towards the goal mouth, and it's won back there by the midfielder, and it's played back out the field now towards Owen Day. Day now looking to see what he might do with it, and he finds Dave Cannan, the captain, on the far side of the field. Cannan then gives it back to Eamon O'Donnell, and O'Donnell puts it high and puts it over the bar, and that's a superb score, and one that shouldn't have happened perhaps because Caherlistrane gave the ball away initially. Yeah,
poor turnover for Caherlistrane. Then it was really punished by St. Michael's, but really good play. They ball down the left hand side as we look at it, recycled out by Eddie. Big switch, and Eamon O'Donnell with a brilliant score. And as I said, the last day against Killannon, he had a couple of those, and they really count when you can kick from distance. It's a big bonus.
Yeah, Jamie Connaughton now puts in a deep ball in there, but this time it's well read by Sean Kine for Caherlistrane, and they can now counter-attack as the score is St. Michael's 2 points, Caherlistrane 1 point, and 8 minutes gone on the stopwatch here or so in Tuam Stadium. Caherlistrane now recycling around the middle of the field. Stephen Lawless looking to see what options are available to him. Gives it off to the number 21, Joe Monaghan. Monaghan looks to play it deep, but it comes off the player inside, and it's recycled and regurgitated and taken away by the St. Michael's side, and St. Michael's now can counter-attack, and they've done this very well so far. Pull on the hand there, free awarded to Gary Higgins as he was tugged back now and just taken quickly, and Michael's now looking to up the tempo in this particular game, playing it deep now in towards Brannigan again. Brannigan out in front of his man, wins the ball, spins and turns, takes it off the right, pops it across towards the goal. Eddie Hoare tries to get a hand on it, but the hand is just enough to push it out wide, and again shows you the danger of Brannigan inside, Barry.
His movement is excellent in there, over and back across the line, and I think it's Cormac Hanley, is it, that's picking him up? It is. He's struggling a little bit. At some stage you might see Jonathan McGrath go back there and try and curtail curtail the influence that Eamon is having on the game at this stage. You know, he hasn't scored, but you know he is a real big ball winner for them inside. So it looks like it will be only a matter of time before he get a score or two.
Shane O'Brien and Jonathan McGrath working together there to get this ball out of defence, and O'Brien goes forward and kicks it absolutely superb point, and you'll have to say that was really good football between them.
Brilliant score, you know, sorted up the pitch, comfortable on the ball. He's marking Damien Connaughton, who played in the last against Killannon. He played inside, but they obviously didn't have Eamon Brannigan, so he has come out the pitch kind of, I suppose, as a roving full forward, if that's a technical term. But Shane O'Brien has gone with him because obviously they're playing Rory Glynn as a sweeper. It allows Shane O'Brien to push. He looked comfortable on the ball and he kicked a lovely score.
Liam Judge does well at the middle of the field for the Caherlistrane side to get the ball back for them, and now they're pushing it back inside again through Joe Monaghan, and it's played off in a 1-2. And it's kicked high and it's kicked over the bar. An absolutely superb score from Ronan Keneally. That's his second. He's really on song.
He's a good player, and as I said, like the Shane O'Brien score before that, looked comfortable on it, dropped it very low to the ground. There was no chance of getting a block on it, and he's causing them trouble. So, you know, look, both teams are coming into the game now. Both teams will be relatively happy with how they've settled, and they're getting their big players on the ball, which is always the most important thing.
Yeah, now Caherlistrane have gone back in front 3 points to 2, but now they have to defend as Damien Connaughton tries to push through with the ball. He's overtaken and he's beaten, and he loses possession there when he had a chance to get the ball up into his hands. He didn't manage to do that, so Jonathan McGrath now has the ball, and he's surging forward again for the Caherlistrane side. A classic footballer is Jonathan McGrath. Gives it off to Joe Monaghan. Switches play now over to the far side of the field. Joe Monaghan has over there, he's got some support in the form of Stephen Burke. Stephen Burke looking to see what he might do with the ball. Puts it deep into the corner. Is that gone too far? No. Ronan Keneally is there to try and win it. Knocked away from him, but Keneally gets it back. Shane Maloney doing his best to stop him from going forward with it. Now it's with Stephen Lawless, and he bombs one high and bombs one out to the right hand side, but I think that's going to be a free in anyhow from the referee. Advantage played, and it's a chance here for Oisin O'Brien perhaps to put this one over the bar.
Yeah, and again, as it was Ronan Keneally inside that his centre of gravity is so low to the ground, he's very hard to tackle, and St. Michael's defender, I think it was Shane Maloney, went and just he was too high in the tackle, caught him around the neck. Advantage by Tommy Flaherty, and I think when he saw Stephen Lawless winding up for a shot, he decided that maybe it was time to pull it back, and judging by the effort Stephen had, he might have been right. But no, again, Caherlistrane be delighted that they're getting plenty of good quality ball into their full forward line, and it gives a great opportunity for Oisin O'Brien.
Yeah, difficult angle here, of course. It's really out about 10-15 metres in from the far sideline. He swings at it with the right, it goes high. It's not going to go over the bar, it's going to go out to the right hand side, and it's gone wide. And that's the second wide for Caherlistrane. Michaels have 2 wides as well, but it's Caherlistrane that lead. 3 points for them, St. Michael's 2 points, and we're looking at the stopwatch to say 12 minutes gone in this first half, and a highly entertaining first half so far. Barry.
Yeah, really good. Both teams really going at it. Good quality, another piece of brilliant skill. Tadhg O'Malley with a brilliant kick out over the top of the Caherlistrane defence.
Yeah, and Brian Madden is on the end of it, and he's going forward. He's fouled, he's brought to the ground by Jonathan McGrath, and McGrath will be lucky if the referee Flaherty doesn't take some action here. He's certainly going for the book. It'll probably be a tick at this early stage.
Yeah, tick. I don't think there's anything too bad in it. He kind of got caught the wrong side of the St. Michael's attacker, which was Brian Madden. But again, we go back with brilliant kick out by Tadhg O'Malley to find him, and Gary Higgins will want to make the most of this one.
Higgins now with the left peg. It's not going to curl, I'd say. No, it's not. It's gone off to the left-hand side and it's gone wide, and he'll be disappointed with that one. He thought it might curl a little bit. It just didn't happen for him.
Yeah, a little bit surprised it wasn't Eddie that came out to kick that one off the right-hand side, off his right boot. It was a bit, it was a tougher for a left-footed kicker, and he just didn't get the right purchase on it.
Yeah, Stephen Lawless doing a little bit of work there of pushing the back, and the referee says that he was the one that was fouled. I thought initially the free was the other way, but Stephen managed to get out between 2 St. Michael's players, wins the ball and wins the free for Caherlistrane.
Yeah, and Liam Judge was on the break. I think he thought he was away, but Tommy Flaherty had the whistle blown before he could make a count. And again, back to back to Stephen Lawless, he's such a big guy around the middle of the pitch that they'll want to get in a bang, getting that out long and hoping that they can get breaks off it or maybe get him winning clean possession.
Yeah, ball playing inside, but three of the St. Michael's players are around there to sweep it up and prevent any danger, and defending quite well there now as they come with Damien Connaughton. Connaughton, though a bad pass from him, the ball goes loose. Jonathan McGrath is there to pick it up, and a chance for them to come sweeping out now, and as they do, to give the ball off to Joe Monaghan. Monaghan now sailing forward, looking to see what options are available, and decides to go backwards, and the ball is going to be played right back into the middle to Stephen Lawless. Lawless now looks to drive the ball out to the right hand side to Oisin O'Brien. Oisin O'Brien plays a great ball inside, but it just doesn't reach the intended target, and again 5 or 6 St. Michael's players back there. Great defending from them, you'd have to say, but if that pass had stuck,
great defending, but it was fingertip stuff away from being a perfect ball to Oisin O'Brien. Lovely ball inside by Stephen Lawless. Good timing by the run from Oisin, and just slightly misplaced hand pass, but it was a certain goal opportunity if that was on the money.
Owen Day now playing the ball out to the right hand side, where Eamon Brannigan is there for the St. Michael's side, and Eamon Brannigan getting support from Jack Brown, who's moved up from the defence. And the ball played back now again towards Brannigan, and then the ball is played very badly backwards, and it's a giveaway, complete giveaway, and it's picked up there by Liam Judge. He plays the ball inside towards Keneally. Keneally now on the end of this ball. He's scored from here already. He's going to get another one. He drives it high and he drives it over the bar. That's a great score from Ronan Keneally. That's his third, but the giveaway ball was an absolute disaster.
Yeah, a total giveaway, but it had to be punished, and in fairness to Liam Judge, looked up, 50-metre pass inside with the outside of his right boot into Ronan Keneally. And Caherlistrane, they have quality in all of the lines. Alan Morris is really operating well at centre forward, wing forward position. Liam Judge out around the middle of the pitch. They've good kickers of the ball, and obviously Ronan Keneally doing damage inside. So again, Frank Doherty be relatively happy, 4-2 up after about 15-16 minutes. So that's a good start for them.
Yeah, great start for them, and out in the middle of the field. They've won the ball again. Now they have a free again. That's St. Michael's. St. Michael's now giving it off to Dave Canan, and this time they'll be hoping to do better with it as Cathal Maher has it. But the referee is blowing a whistle, and he's going to call the play back. I think it's from the free was taken from too far advanced to spot.
Yeah, sometimes Tommy, he's an excellent ref. Sometimes get a little bit pedantic, and some of the smaller stuff can lead to frustrations, and maybe draw a little bit of attention that he doesn't need. But Caherlistrane won't be complaining too much.
Well, Shane Connaughton is going to have a go here. We've had a score from the number 3, Shane O'Brien, for Caherlistrane, and Shane Connaughton has had a go here, and it's an excellent score.
Excellent score outside the right from about 45 metres. Brilliant score, and that's what modern day club football is about. Everyone has to be comfortable on the ball. Everyone knows that at some stage they'll get a chance to go up the pitch and they have to make it count, and we've now seen both our full backs get 2 really, really good points.
17 minutes gone. It's Caherlistrane 4 points, St. Michael's 3 points, and really entertaining game here. Both sides, really up for it. Fantastic football from both sides so far, in the quality of some of the passing and the movement. As Caherlistrane come forward now, Alan Morris looking to drive a ball out to the right hand side again. Clash out there, player taken down. The referee is going to hold play up, and he's going to call for help, and that was really a tough one, Barry.
Yeah, to me again that looked like a free in. I thought Oisin O'Brien did well to come, and he was under it, the ball was in his hands. I thought it was a clumsy enough tackle, and Tommy Flaherty doesn't seem to have given a free, which is a funny one on me, or maybe he has and we just haven't seen it. But again, Alan Morris coming deep, using his pace, good turn, great ball in, and as I said, they've put Oisin O'Brien inside for that one. And
they've targeted that left top of the left corner, haven't they?
They have.
They've put 3 balls in there already, and they've got 3 scores out of it.
They have, and it's probably something that St. Michael's need to look at, because obviously when they're playing, Caherlistrane have a sweeper back there and Rory Glynn. That obviously means St. Michael's have an extra player somewhere. It looks at the moment it's Jack Brown, and he looks like he might be a little bit lost in terms of where exactly he's supposed to go, so might need a little bit more direction from the line on that one, because the last day against Killannon he operated a real attacking kind of a wing back, cornerback kind of a role, and now he's just a little bit confused, I think, in terms of exactly what his responsibilities are in this role. But you're right, they're definitely targeting that corner, and they seem to be getting a good bit of joy out of it. Ronan Keneally, or we've seen a couple of balls go into him, so definitely something St. Michael's are going to have to keep an eye on.
I think it's Cathal Maher was the man that got caught in the tangle there, so it'll be interesting to see what the referee does here. And it's going to be a substitution, I think. The referee and the linesman certainly signalled it's going to be substitution. It's actually Damien Connaughton, I think, was the man, number 14.
It's Damien Connaughton. I'd say it's a temporary substitution just to get an assessment in terms of, it looks like it was he got a knock to the head, but I was harsh on Tommy Flaherty. He had given the free in, and it gives a good chance for Oisin O'Brien. But Damien Connaughton looks like he's well shook from that, and Brian Harlow's taken his place. We don't know, maybe permanently, but it might only be for a few minutes just to give the medical team the chance to assess Damien and see is he okay to continue.
Yeah, maybe a blood sub indeed. As we watch now, Oisin O'Brien in the far side of the field. He put one of these over from closer to the sideline a few minutes ago, so a chance here for him to get the second one. Is he coming up here now to drive this one over the bar? And that one is over the bar, and it's quite a quality score, a good free.
Great free, and Oisin O'Brien has been a real quality forward for Caherlistrane for the last number of years, and has probably taken that mantle of the main forward for Caherlistrane following the retirement of Cormac Bands. So again, he hasn't shirked the responsibility of taking those frees, and he's extremely good at them. Yeah,
I said it was his second one when he missed the first one, actually. That was closer to the sideline. So he had his target on sight there because of that one. So he got his second one, and that means now it's 5 points to 2, or to 3, I should say, in favour of St. Michael's as the ball goes wide from, we were passed there from St. Michael's again.
Yeah, they just need to be, as I said, it's tight back there. Just before he kicked it at a look out, and there was literally only one St. Michael's player and one Caherlistrane player inside the St. Michael's 65. Even Tygo O'Malley had pushed up, so you just need to be really patient. You need to be really patient to make sure that you control the ball, don't do anything too wild.
Stephen Lawless had the ball in his hand, and the referee says it took too long. He claimed a mark, and he moved. And the referee says you can't do that, so he's going to throw it up.
Yeah, again, those are the ones that frustrate people. Like, there was nothing overly. Look, Stephen Lawless did really well, and he's won the throw up, but he did really, really well to win the throw in. Tried to get away from one or two players, and ref said he took too long. I think that was a harsh decision.
Great free, great ball into Liam Judge, and Liam Judge has played it off towards Alan Morris. And Alan Morris's shot goes out to the right-hand side and wide for a third wide for Caherlistrane. St. Michael's have 4 wides. It's Caherlistrane, though, that continued to lead 5 points to 3. And we're looking at coming up to 22 minutes gone on the stopwatch. And the sun beams down here in Tuam Stadium. And we watch now while the kick-out comes from Tygo O'Malley, driven long. And this time it's driven well. And it's caught, but played on early in towards the full forward line. But back there to win it, Caherlistrane have the number 14 Rory Glynn back there, and Caherlistrane now can build again and see if they can extend their lead as they lead by these 2 points. Stephen Lawless doing well in the middle of the field in a tight pass, wins it well. McGrath now on the ball, looking forward, looking to run forward and rush forward, see what his options are, and looks to play it around, and they play it back to Cormac Hanley. Hanley now slowing towards the middle of the field. Caherlistrane patient now as it comes back again to Stephen Lawless. He's looking to see if there's something deep inside, but there isn't, so he's going to have to recycle. And it's a very poor ball from him. He gives it away the same way that it was given away earlier on by St. Michael's. So now it's a chance for Michaels to counter-attack with Eamon O'Donnell. Eamon O'Donnell looks up and he's got support there in Frank Daly. Daly now trying to get Eddie Hoare into the play, but Eddie Hoare just can't get the first touch of the ball. Manages to pick it up on the second account, and now again the ball played back out the field, and it's going to come to the man that scored the last score for them, Shane Connaughton. He's going through the middle again, and he's going to put this one over the bar. He has a chance again, and it's another good score from him, and that's 2 in a row for him. That's really good play from Shane Connaughton coming up from full back.
Yeah, and again it shows the importance of retaining possession. Caherlistrane turned over Stephen Lawless, who was having a fine game around the middle of the pitch, just went for one that might have been a little bit too risky. Turned over, Eddie Hoare again, won it inside, recycled it, and Shane Connaughton did really well, evaded a couple of tackles, composed, looked up and kicked it over the bar confidently. But looks very comfortable out there. No issues being a full back and being out around the middle of the pitch.
Joe Monaghan wins the free there after a bit of effort from Caherlistrane to try and get the ball out of defence, and there's a switch back in play again, so that number 14 is back on for the St. Michael's side. Damien Connaughton comes back on, and going off, of course, is the number 11, Brian Harlow. So the switch has been made there. The blood substitution has been completed, and in the middle of the field we still have Alan Morris trying to set up something for the Caherlistrane side. A good ball in towards Keneally. Low centre of gravity, low to the ground, gets around his man, Soul is forward, punts the ball into the right hand side towards Oisin O'Brien. Oisin O'Brien off the right, it's going to curl out to the left, and it's curled out wide.
Deserved to score. 2 great kick passes inside. First one into Ronan Keneally, I think it was from Liam Judge. Second one from Ronan Keneally into Oisin O'Brien, and it deserved a score. It just tailed off to the left hand side, but both teams putting some really good passages of play together, and St. Michael's physio is busy. It looks like one of their corner backs is a Cormac. Number 7, Shane Maloney is under pressure with it looks like a hamstring, and the physio is given given the unwanted sign to say this requires a sub. So Colm Tumman looking back up to see who he's about to introduce into the fray.
Shane Maloney, he's a good player for St. Michael's. A good solid player. He'd be a bit of a loss to them, so they'll be hoping that the man that replaces him, comes right into the fray.
Yeah, he has. He's a very good player now. He's been under pressure. I think it's Stephen Kerr coming in. He's been under pressure on Ronan Keneally, but then again, most cornerbacks would be under pressure and test that hamstring on Ronan Keneally. It looks like Brian Madden has gone over on Ronan Keneally now, and as I said, Stephen Kerr coming into the fray. So big test for him, because that Caherlistrane full forward line is going well at the moment.
So Stephen Kerr comes in, the ball punched away by Caherlistrane in the middle of the field, but it's picked up there by Owen Day. Owen Day now looking to see what can he set up for the St. Michael's side. Plays that out to this side of the field to Damien Connaughton. Connaughton looking for support in Eamon O'Donnell. O'Donnell goes right back into the middle of the field as they recycle again. Brannigan now has a chance to put a ball in, but it's not a great effort from him. It drops short into the hands of Ian Aban, and it's taken up by the Caherlistrane defence, and they can come right back out the field. Cormac Hanley on the ball now under a bit of pressure, but they clear the ball over to this side of the field where there's plenty of place, plenty of space and plenty of players, and they can now push forward with Johnny McGrath. Johnny plays the ball inside again with support coming from off the shoulder from Sean Kine. Kine up now to Oisin O'Brien. Oisin O'Brien looking to get inside, this time off the left. He pops one high and it goes short. That's 2 that's they could have done with. He's had a couple of chances there that just didn't come off for them, and it's Michaels now that have it. Tygo O'Malley, the goalie, coming right out the field, and what a bit of pace from Tygo O'Malley, and then he gives it away, and that's an absolute disaster. Liam Judge looking to see what he can do, puts it inside. Oh, that great intervention from Jack Brown when it was badly needed against Ronan Keneally, and Keneally fouled him, and that was really something exciting. Tygo O'Malley doing well coming out the field, and then
going too fast. I think they got ahead of himself.
Everything went a bit pear-shaped.
It did. Missed the hand pass. Caherlistrane spotted an opportunity, and again they're looking long. And one thing, and I'd say Frank Doherty, just at half time, one of the messages he'll get is that they're getting chances. They need to just up the rate of conversion, because they've had a couple of opportunities wides. That one dropped short into Tygo O'Malley's hands. That they'd say if we could get 1 or 2 more of those, then we'll put us in a really, really strong position.
Yeah, Damien Connaughton doing well there, giving the ball off, and it's played across the goal. It's right across the goal and over the bar, and that's a great score. And I think it might have been Damien Connaughton that got that one.
Yeah, excellent score. And even the last day against Killannon in the first half, they left a lot of opportunities behind them as Tommy Ryder goes to see what injury time is going to be played. But they left a lot of opportunities behind them in the first half. Came out in the second half and they had very few wides, they had very few drops short. And again today they're maybe not getting an awful lot of opportunities, but the opportunities they are getting, that they're converting a high rate of them.
3 added minutes now, and we look at there's about 2 left to play, so with 5 minutes left to play in this game, and it's all square. It's Caherlistrane 5 points, St. Michael's 5 points. Highly entertaining game, both sides giving it everything, but errors as well have been a factor. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, Barry, as the ball is played inside. O'Brien picks it up now, and a chance now for Johnny McGrath. Johnny going forward, he skips past his man, still going forward, he plays it low towards the goal, and
great save.
Oh, great save, yeah. Tygo O'Malley just got a touch on it.
Yeah, but brilliant athleticism by Johnny McGrath. And if anyone is looking at that on stream, he stood up Jack Brown, fake left, went right, and showed great confidence to go for that bottom left-hand corner. Tygo O'Malley was down low, ready for it, and he got a good strong hand on it, got it out for a 45. But again, Caherlistrane playing some really, really nice football, got a lovely ball in. I said it's just an opportunity that they would have hoped to have converted, and it's just it's gone away from them, but they'll be hoping to go back in the lead with this 45.
Yeah, it was a really good effort, and love the way that Jonathan McGrath just skipped past his man there as Alan Morris lines up this now for the Caherlistrane side. 5 points apiece. This is, of course, a crucial score. So might they go in at half time leading. Still 3 minutes of added time to be played here as Morris comes up and he pops it with the left foot, but it's not going to go over the bar. In fact, it's picked up by Tygo O'Malley, and he's coming out the field again, showing great pace. This time he steadies himself up and he gives the ball back inside, and well done from Eamon O'Donnell to win the ball. It's tight in there though. Caherlistrane putting in the tackles, and one of the tackles is just illegal, and it's going to be a free out, and I think the referee is going to have a chat with Stephen Lawless about this one.
Yeah, I think this could be
it was a little bit high, I think.
It could be yellow on this one. Yeah, it was a little bit high, and Stephen's a big strong fella, so it just looks a little bit more awkward maybe than what it was, and I don't think there's any malice whatsoever in it. But again, fair play to Tygo O'Malley, kept the ball alive and wanted to build play, but 5 points apiece. We said at the start of the game that this is a tight group. This game certainly continues that run, and I think come half time, Caherlistrane will probably be saying they felt they've played the better football, but I think St. Michael's have just been more economical in terms of their chances.
Yeah, Caherlistrane haven't scored since the 17th minute, and that's a big fact.
They've had loads of chances, Kev.
And loads of chances, yeah. Just haven't converted those chances, including a goal chance. And now it's a chance here from the St. Michael side to put the ball over the bar, but it's gone out to the right and it's gone wide, and that's their fifth wide as the shot came in there from Gary Higgins, usually prolific enough, Gary.
Yeah, lovely striker of the ball. It says, again, like the game against Clannan on their last day out, just tail to the right hand side, you need a couple of those as well. So as I said, 5 points apiece isn't the highest score, and I don't think it reflects, to be fair, I don't think it reflects the quality of the game or the effort by both sides. They just both failing maybe to find the right opportunities to get their shots off.
Yeah, and coming out there, Jonathan McGrath was fouled. He gives the ball back to Ian Glynn to take the free, and Caherlistrane then put it back to Cormac Hanley, and Cormac now sauntering forward, looking to see what options are available to him. He's got Johnny right beside him. Jonathan McGrath gives it off to the number 11, of course, which is Alan Morris. Alan now takes a run, gets past his man. That's a very good move from him, but the pass is not just doesn't manage to get there. However, they have recovered it, and it's back with Liam Judge, and Liam goes right back the field, and we're looking at the stopwatch. We're into the second minute of that added time, so Caherlistrane will be hoping to try and hold the ball. Ronan Keneally on the ball now. Keneally has scored twice from this angle. Has he made it three? No, he hasn't. That one has gone out to the left and wide.
Yeah, I think that might summarise Caherlistrane's half in that, brilliant bit of pace by Adam Morris, silly hand pass turned over, won it back, good play to switch it and switch the point of the attack, and a nice ball into Ronan Keneally. Good play, Ronan Keneally turns his man. Poor effort and a wide. I think that kind of summarises Caherlistrane's half in one particular play.
Yeah, it's been a bit sloppy from them since the 17th minute. They've had opportunities, they haven't taken them. On the other hand, you'd have to say that the few opportunities that have come the way of the St. Michael's side, they have taken, particularly those two fine scores from Shane Connaughton, where he burst through the middle and cut through the middle and put the ball over the bar from inside the D. Great scores from him. They've won a free on the far side of the field now, and they'll be looking to maybe to try and nudge themselves a point ahead just before half time. And we're looking at the referee. I think he's talking to one of the Caherlistrane players. It's looks like Stephen Burke.
Yeah, Stephen Burke got pinned for, I'd say it was an off the ball tackle on Jack Brown. I didn't see it, but that's two yellows I suppose that Caherlistrane have picked up now with Stephen Lawless as well, that you'd hope don't come against them maybe in the a silly mistake by either of those in the second half could be very costly. But again, as I said, the previous attack by Caherlistrane, 15 players, St. Michael's behind the ball, and again now Caherlistrane get plenty of bodies behind the ball, so that's it's just the way modern football is.
Higgins now with a chance here. Is he going to put this one on the floor, on the carpet? He is. It's a long way out. It's outside the a scoring zone, and that would be easy, Barry. It's about 50 metres.
That's a big kick if he gets it. He's well out near the sideline, practically on the 45. It'll be a huge one if he gets it just on the stroke of half time.
No, it does have the distance, but it doesn't have the direction. And it's gone out and it's gone wide. 6 wide for them, 5 wides for Caherlistrane. Nothing between them on the scoreboard at 5 points apiece, Barry. Just your impression of that first half.
Yeah, I don't think 5 apiece is a reflection on the quality of the game, the effort by both players. But as I said, it's just when it gets to that final third, both struggling to get it, to get the scores or get the shots off or get the correct shots off. I think Caherlistrane will be probably the little bit happier in terms of their overall play. I think the message from Frank Doherty is keep going with what we're doing, but when we do get those chances, we need to convert them.
Yeah, the crucial effort is really the Tadhg O'Malley save from Jonathan McGrath. You can enjoy that and all of the other highlights of that first half while we take a break here from Tuam Stadium. And you're welcome back to Tuam Stadium. Indeed, the St Michael's team back out on the field, and we're just waiting for the Caherlistrane side. The referee and linesman join us as well. Barry Cullinan, our match analyst, is right here beside me. Barry, an interesting first half, a lot of good football, a lot of errors too, and in particular the scores that were taken. There were a lot of misses.
There was on both sides, and we said it as they went in at half time that Caherlistrane probably had played the marginally better football, but missed some chances. Now I know St Michael's have more more wides on the board, but I think overall Caherlistrane dropped more into the keeper, more opportunities to convert chances, so they would have been happier. And look, both teams, the message will be at half time. We have a great opportunity here, 30 minutes all square to go on and put 2 more points on the board and put yourself in a huge position to try and get out of this group. And as the Claregalway and Killannon guys go in and get ready for their game, they'll be keeping a close eye on this one. But I suppose a good opportunity to run through some of the other club games in Galway. I think at the moment it's 2-13 to Headford, 1-9 to Killearn, so they're well up in that one. Interesting one, it's St Brendan's 11 points over Moormarry, 1-9 over Moormarry, who had no points on the table so far and had been struggling in intermediate, Kev. Cartoon Shamrocks and Mike Cullen, also in the intermediate championship. Cartoon well up in that one, 2-14 to 6 points. St Gabriel's and Williamstown, 2-6 to 2-6, so all square in that one near the end. So there's plenty of games going on here. It's a busy time of year for the club footballers and county board, trying to keep pitches, keep refs, keep linesmen. So it's all go here in the Galway GAA circles.
Yeah, just looking at the breeze here as well, Barry, it seems to have picked up just a slight bit, blown towards us, and I think that showed in the first half. Remember, there was a particular kick-out that reached right down from the St Michael's goalie, Tygo O'Malley, down towards Dave Canaan here.
Yeah, it's something that I've seen St Michael's try a couple of times with Tygo O'Malley, is that he has a big booming kick where they maybe try and draw as many players as possible towards Tyg. He goes over the top, and it was a brilliant kick out, and I think it was David Connaughton that got on the end of it, but it was a brilliant tackle by Rory Glynn to dispossess him as Caherlistrane come out. And when you mention Rory Glynn, and when you go to all club games, you see stalwarts of each club, but if there's a better stalwart in Galway GA for his club than Rory Glynn, it's I don't know who he is, because he's been brilliant for them for the last 15 years. He's and I think has played in every position in the pitch and always turns up for them, and an extremely good footballer.
Doesn't appear to be too many changes, or any changes indeed, between the sides as we start this second half. And in the middle of the field, Tommy Flaherty, the referee, just checking that everybody's back into position. As he gets ready, he's looking at his watch now, telling the players, you must be back inside the 45-metre line before I throw in this ball. And he's got the 4 men at the middle of the field that are going to challenge for it. Up it goes, and it's won quite cleanly there by Eamon O'Donnell. A good fetch from him, particularly when you're going up against someone like Stephen Lawless.
Yeah, and he's been good. He got a good score in the first half. He's getting on plenty of ball, and he's giving Stephen Lawless plenty to think about. It's a good battle between the two of them, but you'd wonder what impact the man down right in front of us along the line, Keane Darcy, would have on the game, and how Caherlistrane are missing him.
Stephen Kerr then coming right into the plate to try and set up something. The ball goes forward off Jack Brown. Jack Brown looking to play a ball, but it's a poor pass, and it's picked up back there by the number 14 for Caherlistrane, Rory Glynn. And Rory Glynn can set up Caherlistrane on the attack. Ian Glynn on the far side of the field now, looking to see what they might do as the ball is played forward and picked up by Liam Judge, playing at midfield for Caherlistrane. Liam Judge switches back this side looking for options, going to have to come back, and he does come back, and he's going to find the Cormac Hanley there. With this one, Cormac looking again for options. Not a lot of movement for him. He plays it to Stephen Lawless. Stephen Lawless going through the middle, and he gives it off to the number 11, Alan Morris. Alan Morris goes in, and he's pushed to the ground, and it's a free in for Caherlistrane, so a chance for them to get the first score of this second half.
Yeah, there wasn't an awful lot in the tackle. I don't know, was it the way Alan Lawless fell, but again he broke the tackle well. He's comfortable on the ball. Looks like he's kind of holding his knees, so I don't know, did he jerk that maybe slightly as he was going down. But again, this is a good opportunity for Oisin O'Brien to put Caherlistrane back one in front. And
they're just checking to see, is he all right? It looks like he is having a little bit of bother there, but while we're waiting for that, Oisin O'Brien has the ball in his hand. Of course, it's 5 points apiece, and You know, when you look at the scores in the first half, Ronan Keneally getting 3 of those for Caherlistrane, Shane O'Brien and Ocean O'Brien getting the other scores, Gary Higgins, Eamon O'Donnell, Shane Connaughton getting 2 and Damien Connaughton getting the others. There isn't a broad selection of scorers on the field here. You'd have to say there's a dearth really of talent when it comes to the full forward lines.
Yeah, both getting plenty of ball inside, and Ronan Keneally doing really well for Caherlistrane. Probably faded out of the game maybe a little bit towards the latter stages of the first half. I think that might be down to the amount of ball he was getting in the first 20 minutes. He was getting a huge amount of possession inside and finding it easy to get on ball. Finding it maybe relatively easy to get a shot off goal and resulted in 3 good points. But kind of supply dried up for him, and things didn't go his way for the last 10 minutes. But be a slight worry for Caherlistrane here in terms of Alan Morris is still down. Physio is still working with them, and he's certainly a player on top of Keane Darcy that they won't want to lose.
Yeah, and I saw him score 1 goal and 2 points against Clare Galway here in the first game that they won. So he's a key player for them and a man that can turn on the style. As we watch now, Oisin O'Brien coming to take this particular free. It's right in front of us here. We can watch it and see whether it's clearly gone over the bar or not, and that looks good, and that is over the bar, and that's a good score from Oisin O'Brien to get them right back into the game and into the lead at the start of this second half. 3 minutes gone.
Yeah, St. Michael's be looking, just one of the players down in front of us here, Frank Daly. He had a huge influence on the game against Killannon. They'll be looking for him maybe to come a little bit more into the game and maybe cause St. Michael's or cause Caherlistrane a few problems going forward.
Yeah, a bit of basketball out in the middle of the field, or volleyball as the ball was tipped around back there, but it's been won and the player has gone down injured, and Martin Farty has pulled it up, and it was won by St. Michael's, and coming away with was Gavin Somerville, and it's a chance now, and obviously this player looks like he's in trouble and is going to come off.
Yeah, he's a big loss to him now.
Alan Morris, the man that was down a few minutes ago.
Good player, like he was having a big influence in the first half. He was coming from that wing forward spot, getting ball off midfielders and turning and trying to create. And I'd say, if you look back on it, I'd say his assists in terms of Ronan Keneally's scores were very, very high. And he's certainly going to be a big loss for Caherlistrane so early in the second half.
Kieran Donnan coming on, number 27, as the ball is played on now, and St. Michael's go on the attack. They're a point down at the start of this second half, so a chance here for Brian Arlo. Ball played inside and is kicked high towards the score, towards the bar, and it goes over the bar from Frank Daly, and that's a great contribution from Frank.
Yeah, I said it a couple of seconds ago, he has that in his locker. He's vastly experienced. Don't think he started 2 games ago, came in, himself and Eddie came in, they brought a big impact into the team against Killannon, and they hasn't had a huge influence on the game so far. That's a brilliant score, and he levels things up again.
5 points, or 6 points apiece I should say. 5 points apiece at half time, so 1 score each in this second half. 5 minutes gone, and it's all square again, so all to play for still. Nothing between the sides as Caherlistrane now try and create something and build from the back. The pressure is coming on from St. Michael's. They're pushing up high, trying to put in a press there and make sure that nothing happens. Well done there from the number 19 for Caherlistrane, Brian O'Neill. He does well to get the ball in a tight situation, and Caherlistrane now trying to work it out. Brian O'Neill turns back and looks for the support on the far side of the field and finds the support on that far side of the field in Rory Glynn. Rory now soloing forward over the halfway line and turns back inside, gives it off to Jonathan McGrath. Jonathan gives it back again to Rory Glynn. He's going to play it in deep, this time inside, and the sub that has come on is trying to win it, but it goes off his boots and it's gone out, and the umpire says it's gone out for a 65.
Yeah, Kieran Donnellan came in there, he did really well. He's pacey, he's playing inside, so they've obviously had to bring someone out the pitch because Alan Morris is playing a good bit deeper, but he looks busy. He's trying to occupy Jack Brown. And they win the 45, but they're going to have to go short with it, I would imagine.
Yeah, Stephen Lawless, and a quite quick move towards Ronan Keneally, but Ronan, unfortunately, fluffs the lines and puts it out over the sideline.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate one for him. Stephen Lawless did well. A lot of mistakes creeping into the game, and this happens sometimes in a game where both teams are nearly doing their best not to win the game, because
there's a tension, isn't there?
There is, and there's a tension in this group. Ollie mentioned it on the preview during the week, like that. results could go away in this group, and you could end up with a load of teams on the same points, and going down to the last game, everyone's still involved, so it's extremely tight, and both teams, either team could go on and win this.
Ian Glenn on the ball there after good work from Oisin O'Brien, and also involved in it was Brian O'Neill, and now it's a chance for them to drive forward, and the ball is hit high towards the post, and it's driven over the bar, and that's an absolutely superb score from Ronan Keneally.
More than making up for the mistake from the 45. Maybe it was meant to be, but did well. His scores in the first half are from closer to goal. He seems to have gone out the pitch now because maybe taking up that role that Alan Morris had, as Alan Morris comes to us with ice kind of not wrapped around his knee. But that's a brilliant score by Ronan Keneally.
And puts Caherlistrane back in front again, 7 points to 6. And that's his 4th point of the afternoon for Ronan Keneally. He really has been the most prolific forward. That's been on display here, and certainly the most lively as the St. Michael's side come forward with Shane Connaughton, who himself scored 2 scores. And now we have a shot at the post here coming in from St. Michael's. It's gone out to the right-hand side, and it's gone wide. It's 6 wide in the first half. That's the first wide of the second half. We have a substitution coming in here, and looking to come in is Dara O'Malley for St. Michael's.
Yeah, it's St. Michael's 6 points taken off Eddie Hoare. Not maybe, Eddie had a poor wide there. Probably not an awful lot of ball going into Eddie. I thought he was maybe starved of possession really. So I'm a bit surprised with that one, but
they didn't really use him as a target man at all.
Usually or get ball in and have him coming off the shoulder. But anyway, St. Michael's they've struggled so far this year just to get enough scores. They're winning games, but maybe not winning games like this. They had a great win over Galway, scoring 1-8. It's not the highest score in the world in the West. They've got 6 points now, so it's an area of concern for them.
Johnny McGrath doing great work with Stephen Burke there, trying to put the ball forward, and he's driven high in around the goal mouth. And up they go for it, and there was some blue hands on it, and it was blue hands that eventually get it and put it over the bar. It was won initially by Brian O'Neill, and it was kicked over by Joe Monaghan, and that's a really good score.
Yeah, but the one thing that stood out for me there was, Ronan Keneally, I'd say he was going for one off his left foot, it dropped in. Oisin O'Brien had some leap, he got his hands on it, just fell away, but quick reaction, and great score by Joe Monaghan.
9 minutes gone, it's 8 points now for the Caherlistrane side, 6 points for St. Michael's, 2 point gap opening up.
Yeah, it is, and as I said, even the first half, it felt Caherlistrane were playing the better football, just needed to convert a few more chances, and in a game where scores are so low, 2 points is a big lead, and if they go on and get it to 3, it opens up a right good gap.
Stephen Lawless getting involved there in the middle of the field as they try to recycle this ball, but it's gone way back down. They lose a bit of the impetus in that, and Sean Kine, the captain of the captain instead of Keane Darcy, he has to try and set up something and get something going for them, and they're really gone right back inside, but it's patient, and if they stay that way, they perhaps could get the ball forward and could get another chance of a score. Ronan Keneally, of course, is their target man inside, and as you said, he's come outside, but in fairness to St. Michael's, they're putting a high press on here and keeping the pressure on the Caherlistrane side. Comes this side of the field, Cormac Hanley on the ball now, looking to see what he can do, setting up a movement here that involves the Stephen Lawless going inside, taking the ball off Stephen Burke now, and a chance for Ronan Keneally going through off the left. It's going to be short in towards the goalie. It bounced high. I don't think he was expecting it to bounce that high, but he managed it all right. Tygo O'Malley, who made that great save against Jonathan McGrath in the first half, late in the first half. And of course, a man that we saw running out the field as well before losing possession. So he's had an interesting afternoon so far. As St. Michael's come forward again now with Gary Higgins. Gary Higgins looking for Eamon Brannigan. Brannigan gives it back out inside now to the midfielder going forward is Dave Cunnan. Back it goes again. Loose this time though, and it's kicked loose again, even worse. Poor play there, Barry.
Yeah, they had an opportunity. Caherlistrane had committed forward. It was a good turnover, but they just took too much time out of it. Now, Eamon Brannigan on the ball, wasn't the best bit of play by him, but I'd say they need to try and get Eamon in the game a little bit more. We know the quality that he has. Maybe bring him out around to the middle of the pitch where he's at the moment for a little bit more period of time.
Shane Connaughton going through again, and he's fouled. Now he went through. He made 2 great runs in the first half, and scored 2 points, and you have to put that down as a third great run, and this time he's won a free and perhaps a third score out of it.
Yeah, real leadership. You know, in a game where there's 13 behind the ball, you need someone that's going to break a line, and he's certainly doing it. Did it twice in the first half. And as I said, as he's, you know, he looks as comfortable athletically as he is on the ball. He glided past tackles. He looks fit and athletic and really good on the ball. And St. Michael's will be thankful that he created that chance for them.
Yeah, and it's with Brian Harlow, I think, is going to have to go with this one. So he didn't start, he came on as a sub, but now he's going to try and put this one over the bar. It looks like it's easy peasy, and if it is, it'll make the score just 1 point between the sides. Caherlistrane 8 points, and it will be St. Michael's 7 points. So an easy peasy score, but all down to the great work, you'd have to say, of Shane Connaughton.
Yeah, surprising that Gary Higgins didn't kick it. He kicked one from the right-hand side of the pitch, you know, with his left from further out in the first half. So that was a surprising one, but they all count, and they put them one back just one behind, and big high press, as you said, again.
Yeah, that seems to be the plan, to really push up at Caherlistrane and not let them settle and not let them create space for themselves. And it seems to be working so far, because there's nothing between the sides. It's 8 points to 7, and we're looking at 13 minutes gone in the stopwatch in this second half. And the high press there putting real pressure on Cormac Hanley. He did well to get out of trouble, and now trying to get out of trouble here is Ronan Glynn, and Rory Glynn plays the ball forward, and it's him, Jonathan McGrath, that has it now. Jonathan soloing forward. This man has real pace, and he flicks the ball off for support, then gets the return. Is he going to get inside for a goal? He kicks it, and it's great save again from Tig O'Malley. A goal chance, and it was missed again by Jonathan McGrath.
Yeah, I'd say Frank Doherty would have liked him to punch it over the bar there, but he saw the goal opportunity, went for it, and Tig O'Malley did really, really well again. But again, it shows that when Caherlistrane get chances, they go for it. But again, you have to go back to Rory Glynn. Caherlistrane had a big high press on, and just a lovely little kick pass, put it over 3 or 4 St. Michael's defenders, and it opened up the opportunity for Stephen Lawless, and the game opened, the play opened up for them from there.
Yeah, Liam Judge's shot was blocked down as he tried to kick a point for Caherlistrane, and has been overturned by St. Michael's, as we can see. And St. Michael's now are moving forward, and once again they're going for the patient build-up. Caherlistrane now have pulled about 13 players back behind the ball as they try and put a bit of a smother on this particular attack from St. Michael's. Jack Brown with the ball in his hands. Jack now plays a low ball inside, but it's not a good ball. It goes out to the right and wide. It's second wide for them in the second half, and they'll be disappointed in that. There's a bit of a hold up here. I think it might be Cormac Hanley that's down at the moment for Caherlistrane, and he looks like he's going to need a little bit of attention. But just to look at this particular second half so far, 3 scores from the Caherlistrane side, 2 from St. Michael's, nothing between the sides, but you'd have to say that it's still very much in the balance, Barry.
Yeah, hugely in the balance. Again, Jack Brown, who does like to attack, and just got caught in 2 minds. There was a defender between him and the inside forward for St. Michael's. Probably, I think he knew himself before he kicked it that it probably wasn't the right ball. Unfortunately, went off the right hand side of his boot. And again, Colm Tumman will be just getting the message out. Be patient. The chances will come, and when they do come, to convert them.
And I see substitution there coming in as number 24, Conor Donnan, for number 19, Brian O'Neill for Caherlistrane, as the St. Michael's sides go on the attack, but the ball is kicked off the ground. And that's the kind of error we've seen right throughout the game, and it's really very frustrating for the managers and indeed for the supporters.
Yeah, it is, and as I said, I think that might have been close enough to the ground as well, but yeah, it's just taken away a little bit from the game, because, as I said, overall the quality is very good, but there just seems to be a lot of kind of unforced errors in it that's maybe negating some of the good stuff that's been done.
And Glynn then trying to start the ball rolling for Caherlistrane. They get into a bit of trouble and a bit of a muddle on the far side of the field, and they put pressure on Stephen Lawless. He bursts through, uses his height and weight and strength to go forward, and he's still going forward, and he's got support inside, and he's going to flick the ball inside to one of the subs that came on there. But we're just watching now while Ronan Keneally has a go. He loses the ball drops to the ground. It's picked up by the St. Michael's side, and they can counter attack now with Dave Canaan. Dave Canaan now flicking the ball forward, and Jack Brown is there for St. Michael's. He's really come into the game in the second half. Gary Higgins now trying to get away from his man, but he's fouled in the. There was a call here for a substitution, but it's not going to happen. Play continues, and the play continues in the form of Dave Canaan. Canaan now gives it off to Eamon Brannigan. Brannigan looking to see what's available for him, and available for him is Gavin Somerville. Somerville loses the ball and pushes his man, and the foul on Conor Donnan means it's going to be a free out, and we are going to have that substitution coming in now as number 17 for the St. Michael's side, and that's Killian Clancy. So Keelan Clancy comes in, and I think it's going off possibly is the number 5 Owen Day. We just see, no, it's actually the number 2 Jack Brown, and I thought Jack Brown was doing quite well, but he's been withdrawn.
As I did too, Kev, but again that maybe shows what we know about it. So, but the game is open up. I think we're exactly halfway through the second half, and it is taking on a little bit more life and a little bit more exciting.
Yeah, good move there from Stephen Lawless to go through the middle. He was looking for a free. It didn't happen for him. Gives the ball back to Ronan Keneally. Now Ronan with the ball on this side of the field. Plays it out towards the Joe Monaghan. Joe Monaghan looking to see what he can create. They're going backwards again, back to Sean Kine, but they're holding possession. McGrath now going through. Twice he's managed to get through on goal. He's going again. He's going forward. Still going forward. McGrath, 3 players around him. Looks to see what the options are available, but it's a poor pass, and it has to be picked up by Ronan Keneally. And Ronan Keneally takes it off the Kieran Donlan who came in, and the shot comes in. It goes out to the left hand side, and it goes wide, and they'll be disappointed with that one.
Yeah, they will, and maybe an Jonathan McGrath is causing Michaels all sorts of problems every time he gets on the ball and going forward, but maybe a little bit isolated out around wing back, for the influence he can have on the game. Would it be possible maybe to drop him into the sweeper role and try and get him pushing forward a little bit more? I'm not sure, but definitely I would say Frank Doherty would like to see more ball in Johnny McGrath's hands, because every time he does, he's causing them problems.
Tygo O'Malley now, the goalie, has gone well past the halfway line, still going forward. He's got a man off the shoulder. He gives the ball through that man off the shoulder. It's played inside, and there's a foul, and the foul was committed on Stephen Kerr, and it's going to be a free in. And great work there, you'd have to say. Tygo O'Malley has had an interesting afternoon, and one of the things there was that particular surge forward where he went right past the halfway line and caused all sorts of problems for Caherlistrane.
Yeah, he is good. He has good pace. He's good in the ball. Orange boots and cap backwards. It's you can't make too many mistakes when you have that sort of attire. And at the moment he's
and
not,
leggings.
Yeah, leggings and an Under Armour top. So he's all the gear, and at the moment he's playing really, really well, and he's a big influence on the game. And I think for ill discipline, ball brought forward for St. Michael's.
Yeah, Gary Higgins has a much easier chance now, because this was about 20 metres further out, and it's been brought forward, and he is in front of the post, and he can kick that one over the bar, and that's a very, very good score. And that need levels matters for us here this afternoon in Tuam Stadium. It's now 8 points apiece, and we're looking at 20 minutes gone, 10 minutes to go. Crucial 10 minutes now.
Crucial 10 minutes, and again, not the highest quality of games, but as I said, both teams really, really going at it, and they're giving it plenty of effort, and both teams see it as an opportunity to pick up points. But at 8 points apiece, at the moment, it's level. It looks like it'll be tight right down to the end, and discipline is going to be really important for this 10 minutes.
Good work there from Stephen Lawless in the middle of the field. But the man that had the ball in his hand was the number 24, Conor Donnan. He was deemed to have overcarried it. Eamon Brannigan is trying to set up a move now for the St. Michael's side. Plays it in towards Dara O'Malley, and now St. Michael's look like they're trying to create something here, but they've had to go back out the field where Keelan Clancy is, in the ball come right back out the field again to Stephen Kerr. Now a chance for St. Michael's again maybe to build something this time. They've got Frank Daly. Frank Daly plays the ball in towards the full forward line. There's one back there, and is played back outside to Gavin Somerville. Somerville then plays it off, but it's pulled out to the right hand side and wide by Gary Higgins. Chance gonna be.
Yeah, and as I said, Gary Higgins gets loads of shots off, and he's economical in terms of, it's hard to block him. He drops the ball low to his foot. He's a good forward, good strike, but a lot of his efforts seem to just tail to the right hand side, and I'd say out of the 3 or 4 wides he's had, I'd say the majority of them are over to that right hand side of the pitch.
Yeah, it's a tussle in the middle of the field there between the midfielders, and the man that was penalised was Stephen Lawless for pushing his opponent and it's going to be a free for St. Michael's, and Shane Connaughton is there now to take this one. The man that has created 3 scores, scoring 2 of them. He plays the ball forward now to Eamon O'Donnell. O'Donnell looking to see what options are available for him. Got a man out on the left-hand side in the form of Owen Day. And St. Michael's now trying to recycle the ball with Keelan Clancy. It comes back out, and again, pressure being put on the man here. Michaels have to come right back outside the 45-metre line to try and create something and come over this side of the field. Gary Higgins plays the ball inside now. There's going to be a chance of a score for Dave Canaan, and that's quite a score from Dave Canaan. Well done, Dave. Good.
Brilliant score. Brilliant score, and brilliant score by Dave Canaan, and he's having a really good influence on the game. And as I said, he's an experienced, like Frank Daly. When you get 2 scores from your 2 really experienced guys when they really matter, that's what you want. And in fairness to Frank Daly, as I said, not in the game hugely, but a previous play, a brilliant ball inside, and they'll be saying, look, try and get these guys on the ball because they won't make too many mistakes when they are.
Yeah, and it's one of the few times we've seen Michaels go ahead in this game, but it's now a counter-attack that's coming, and it's going to be a chance of a goal here. It's fisted over the bar this time. Well taken score from Kieran Donnan. Lively sub that came in, gets a great score. He won a ball out on the half-forward line, right out in the right half-forward line, and cut inside, beat his man, got around him, and did the wise thing. Even though there was maybe a goal chance on, he fisted over the bar, and that fisted point draws it level again at 9 points apiece. 23 minutes gone.
Yeah, Alan Morris, we knew, big loss, he'd been playing really, really well, but Kieran Donlan has come in and he's played inside, doing really well, loads of movement, he's busy and took his score really, really well.
Yeah, injury down here in front of us. We're just watching Caherlistrane and Sean Kine, the captain for today, getting a bit of a treatment in there as the ball is with Gary Higgins. It's going to be a free for St. Michael's right underneath us here in the stand. And the temperature of this game is really building up, isn't it, Barry?
It sure is, and I said to you, Kev, it's hard enough for players. Maybe it's taking a long time. Ref has let them go. It's hard enough for players, as I said, maybe 2 o'clock on a Saturday. We're not the biggest crowd in the world to generate a level of excitement, a level of intensity. But they're certainly going at it 100 miles an hour. Lots of mistakes, we've said that, but definitely you can't fault them in terms of honesty and effort.
Ian Glenn on the ball now for Caherlistrane, looking to see what he can do and what he can create for them. Gives it back to the man wearing number 40, but playing back in the defence for them is Rory Glynn. He's been a stalwart for them all the time, and now it's Shane O'Brien, a man who did score for them in the first half. Pushing forward now, Jonathan McGrath. Back to Shane O'Brien. O'Brien now looking to see what he might do. He plays a very quick pass off to Oisin O'Brien. Oisin O'Brien gets back inside now, and a chance here of a goal. That is another great save. An absolute superb stop from Kieran Donlan by Tygo O'Malley. And I think that's about 3 or 4 that he's made. As a man down in the middle of the field, I didn't see what happened there, but that's 3 or 4 great saves from Tygo O'Malley.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened to Mike. I think it could be Eamon O'Donnell. I'm not 100% sure. No, it's not Eamon O'Donnell either. He looks like he's in a bit of trouble, but again, I think Frank Doherty will be saying that the opportunity there, they've had a couple of them just to punch it over the bar. They look like they're not going to pass Tygo O'Malley today. He's had a brilliant game. He's strong. He stood up well to it. They'd be ones that you'd be saying, look, punch it over the bar, get the scoreboard ticking over, because in a game like this, a couple of scores like that will be vital.
And I think that's about 4 saves from Tygo O'Malley right throughout the afternoon.
Yeah, he's done well defensively and done well going out
and then
the way
he went
well.
forward and he laid a pass off here that created a foul, which created a free, which created a score after some dissension when the ball was moved in. So, he certainly had a big contribution for them. And he's a player that when he comes out the field, he has some pace, Barry. He's a lively little guy. There's no doubt about it. I don't know, is he little either, but we say young. And he's got plenty of pace.
Yeah, he's plenty of experience as well. He's knocked around Galway panels for a considerable period of time at underage. Played a lot of Siggers in football with NUIG and now playing with St. Michael's for the last couple of years. And, good player, good in the ball, confident. And as you said, he's added, his shot stopping has been excellent. But he's also added to St. Michael's on the attack side of things. And he's been one of the key features of the game so far. It was actually Brian Madden that was down injured.
Yeah, Brian Madden has recovered. He's back up again, feeling his shoulder a little bit. They've won a free, and they're now going to have a little bit of a tip and tapping as they try and come out of defence. And Caherlistrane have let them make plenty of ground, and then clumsy push there from Stephen Lawless has given a free to the St. Michael side, and they've gone back. And they've gone back to Tygo O'Malley. O'Malley has the ball, looking to see what he can do with it. He gives it off to him and O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to go forward. He's swallowed up. His shot is intercepted and is picked up there by Liam Judge. Liam Judge now looking to see can he start something up for the Caherlistrane team as they come forward now, looking to try and create something, with the sides level at 9 points apiece, and the stopwatch telling us that there's 3 minutes left in the game. A score at this stage could be vital, and a misstep there from Oisin O'Brien. You'd be amazed to see it, and the ball goes out for a wide.
Just bounced at his feet and bounced under him. It was a difficult one for him to take, but he'll be disappointed. Will be disappointed with that. And as I said, I think there's 2 minutes left on the clock, Kevin. 2.5 minutes plus injury time. You know, both teams are probably only going to get 1 or 2 more scoring opportunities, and it's going to be vital that they take them. Back to Liam Judge, I think has had a really good game for Caherlistrane out around the middle of the pitch. We're in 13, but you know, his possession-wise has been on a huge amount and created a lot of scoring opportunities for them.
Keelan Clancy coming into the play now for St. Michael's, giving it off to him and Brannigan. Brannigan now pushing forward, looking for to see what options are about. They go short all the time, trying to prise open this tight Caherlistrane defence. Just have conceded 9 scores during the game, and really and truly that's about what they've conceded most games indeed, and scored, I should say, 9 points in most games. Caherlistrane ball bounces awkwardly there, and luckily enough the St. Michael side can retain possession. Gary Higgins with it now, and it comes back, a 1-2 being played inside here, and it's now with Dave Conan looking to see again. They're going to have to come back out the field as the door is closed. Brian Harlow involved. Brannigan again with the ball, plays the ball. Oh, really good top-class ball over to this side of the field, and well taken there by Somerville. But Somerville's effort now, is that going to go over the bar? Oh no, it's gone out to the right and gone wide. The crowd up behind us thought it was a score, but I think it was wide.
Linesman is calling over the ref. I'd say he thinks it could have been over the bar as well. Certainly.
The linesman is looking to see what additional time is left. Barry, that's what he's looking for.
He picked a good opportunity to do it, didn't he? 5 minutes of injury time, still loads to play for.
5 plus 5 added, and that's really is a lot of time to play for. I was just remarking about Caherlistrane there, and the fact that, you know, in the games that they've played so far, they've scored 8 points, 9 points, and 1 goal and 10 points. Not renowned for big scores, but 1 more point might do it for them.
Good chance here. Break well won again by Johnny McGrath.
Yeah.
He's doing really well. He's loads of class. And every time he gets on the ball, he's causing havoc for St. Michael's.
Yeah, and the ball breaks loose now, and it's picked back up in there by Joe Monaghan. Joe Monaghan looking to see, can he get Roland Keneally on it? Keneally's ball is short though, and that's a pity for the Caherlistrane side, but it gives Michael's now an opportunity to counter-attack here in Tuam Stadium, flicking the ball forward and met with its tackle afterwards. Eamon O'Donnell goes on to him, and Brannigan now plays an early ball inside. This time it's the Caherlistrane team that are backstepping, but the ball that is shot out to the right hand side, and it's another wide, and that will be disappointing for Darragh O'Malley, because it's the 5th wide of the afternoon. In the second half they had 6 wides in the first half. That's a big tally.
Yeah, quite a lot, and as you said, neither team noted for putting up big scores, but back to Caherlistrane, as I said, they played some really good football, but again, unfortunately, Ronan Keneally just left it short, and they mightn't look like at the end of the day that they've had as many wides as St. Michael's, but they've certainly left more opportunities behind them in terms of shots dropping short, or maybe drifting off and not going wide and being counted as a wide.
Now Eamon Brannigan on the ball as a substitution was made there for the St. Michael's team. They try and throw something at this to see if they can win this particular game. 9 points apiece. Point not very much used either of them, Barry. So, one of them will have to try and eke a winner out of this, which has been a close contest all the way through. And the ball is with Darragh O'Malley now. O'Malley trying to set something up and get it inside to Gavin Somerville. Somerville plays it back out to Gary Higgins. Higgins has to go right back out the field again, and tired hands there from Dave Conan. Certainly, there's no doubt about it. The ball came to him. He looked around to see what he might do, but he's got Tygo O'Malley, the goalie, out playing as a kind of a fly goalie, and he gives it back to Dave Canaan, and Canaan now is going to have to sweep it across the field. That's dangerous. It's not going to go where he thought it was. Ronan Keneally is pulled to the ground, and there could be a free here. I don't think there'll be any card though. Ronan Keneally looking to see what might be done. Rory Glynn has the ball in his hand. He was looking for a quick option, but there was no quick option on Barry.
Again, as management, you'd be just saying, lads, we're into the last couple of minutes. Everyone is kind of tired. Don't go for anything too outrageous. Keep the ball simple. Unfortunately, it was a crossfield ball that was probably never on. Really well won by Ronan Keneally, and I think Shane Connaughton will pick up a yellow for this one. But to a certain extent, they'll be happy that they gave away the free, as it gives them a chance to regroup and set up defensively, rather than if the play continued, they could have been caught on the overlap.
Well, now we're looking at 32 minutes gone. We're into the 33rd minute, so there's 2 and a bit left. And Caherlistrane will probably play a bit of possession football here for a while, Barry, before they try and eke out a score so that they can't be hit with a quick counter.
Yeah, as I said, both teams we're gone into injury time. We're going to get 1 or 2 more opportunities. I think they've had 1 each, so it's going to come down to, I would imagine either team is there'll probably be only 1 more, possibly 2 more scoring opportunities, so they need to take their time, make sure they get it to the right person in the right position to have a shot.
Rory Glynn now trying to create something. He's moved right forward, and he seems to have won a free here from Tommy Flaherty. And are they going to go with this one? Are they going to try a long range effort from Ronan Keneally with this one? Where is he going to put it down? He's going to be inside the 45, no doubt about that.
Looks like Oisin O'Brien.
It looked like Oisin O'Brien is going to be the man to take this kick, Barry, and it'll be off the hands. If he puts this over, it could be the winning score.
Johnny McGrath made a great run for him. He spotted him, didn't give it to him. He's confident in his own ability, Oisin O'Brien. This is one that he'd be hoping he can get. Yeah, certainly wants to get the purchase on it anyway.
Going through the process, it looks good. It looks really good. But it's gone tailing off to the left, and they'll be disappointed with that. A chance to win the game for Caherlistrane, and we're looking now 33 minutes and 40 seconds on my stopwatch that's gone. So we're looking at less than a minute and a half, and the advantage is with St. Michael's as they have the kick out. Are they going to win this particular kick out? Out in the middle of the field, the ball spills down, and they do win the kick out. And just knocked away by Stephen Lawless out over the sideline from an effort by Stephen Kerr to put the ball forward. Ball played back now, and it's with Keelan Clancy. Clancy looking to see what he can do. Eamon Brannigan come right out the field now to try and be a creator, make something happen, gets the ball back off Clancy again. Brannigan looks to see what's forward ahead of him, and Shane Connaughton is there. He doesn't get the opportunity to go on his usual run through the middle, but he does play a very clever ball inside, and it's a chance for a score that's kicked in here. Is it going to go over the bar? It is, and it's gone over the bar, and it's a huge score from Brian Harlow. A great score for them, and it looks like Michael's advantage to their
side. There's not long left now. He did really well, confident striking the ball. As I said, in a game, Stephen Lawless, brilliant feeling in the middle of the pitch. In a game that has been blighted really by wide. That was a brilliant opportunity, but a free in. And it's going to be a big kick for Oisin O'Brien. I think, I don't think this card, the St. Michael's defender, did anything overly wrong. Tangle of legs. Probably was a free in, but it's going to be a big kick for Oisin O'Brien to draw this level.
Kieran Dunn getting involved in a tangle here, and a chance now to level it again. We look at the stopwatch. We've gone past the 5 minutes according to my stopwatch, and Frank Doherty is calling on the players to push forward, so he's not going to want to kick out to the taken long, and Oisin O'Brien comes along and he sails it over the bar, and that is a great score for Oisin O'Brien. And is Tommy Flaherty going to allow one more chance as they settled on 10 points apiece and 35 minutes gone on the stopwatch? And it's one more chance for the St. Michael side. They've won the ball from the kick out, and they're driving forward now. Shane Connaughton with the ball in his hand, but his tackle gets a push in the back, manages to get the ball away, and they're still looking for options as the Caherlistrane side come back and try and defend. Keelan Clancy giving the ball forward. It's a poor ball, but it goes to the man that got the last score for them, Harlow now soloing forward, still going forward. Hand pulled back, but he gets a chance to turn away from his man and give it back to Clancy. Clancy looking for Eamon Brannigan. Brannigan gives it off then to the number 19, which is, of course, Frank Daly. Daly plays it in towards the right hand side, and it goes out to the over the in line, and it's gone wide, and it looks like this could be all over from the way the players are talking to Tommy Flaherty, and it is all over. It's finished in a draw, and it's of little value to either side. 10 points apiece. Barry, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, anticlimactic, I suppose, when it finishes up a draw like that. But a game of, real honesty, real honesty of effort and endeavour, and no little skill. But I think just probably blighted by missed scoring opportunities, and both teams will be disappointed by opportunities they've left behind them. And it leaves Group 3 still extremely tight. Milltown lead the way. They've only played 3 games, won 2 there and they're on. 1-2 drew one there on 5 points. St Michael's now moved to 5 points, but of course they have 4 games played. Clare Galway still on 4 points. They have to play. They're obviously playing next. And Caherlistrane, they moved to 4 points. So incredibly tight in Group 3. And this next game will be a huge factor in determining who leads, who's on top of the group going into tomorrow's game between Monavea Abbey and. And Milltown. So overall, as I said, lots of good quality football in this game, Kev, but just too many scoring opportunities left behind them, and 10 points apiece. They'll be disappointed with that for an hour's football.
Yeah, from the point of view of St Michael's, they move on to 5 points, and from Caherlistrane point of view, they'll be disappointed with just getting another draw. Not really enough for them. So the pressure really is on Clare Galway. If Clare Galway win this game, it puts them in a really top-class position to go into the quarterfinals. Yeah,
it does. It puts in, as I said again, Milltown will be looking for a big win tomorrow. But what it does mean also is that going into the last round of games in this group, everybody's going to be in with a chance, and it's certainly going to be the group that when the listeners to Galway Bay and the guys on the streams are going to be looking at us, there's going to be a lot of action and a lot of different people doing up the mats in terms of scoring difference, etc. So an exciting group, maybe not as high quality as what's been in other groups, but certainly intriguing, and not lacking for plenty of intrigue into the last round of it.
Yes, it finishes level here. Caherlistrane 10 points and Michael's 10 points. It won't make much difference to the scoring differences of those teams. It does mean, of course, that it's a point extra for each. So that's Michael's move on to 5 points, Caherlistrane move on to 4 points. But they have played a game extra now. Milltown on 5 points, Clare Galway on 4 points, Glennon on 2 points. Glennon in real trouble. They will need something here. And you'd have to say from Monavea Abbey, it hasn't been a good result at all.
No, it hasn't, but the other side of it is if Glennon do get a result here, puts them on 4 points, and it throws everything into the mix if Monavea Abbey were to get a win tomorrow against Milltown. So as Ollie said, and on Friday in the preview, this game, the set of results in this game could throw the group really, really tight going into the last round of it. And as I said, Clare Galway will be favourites, but Glennon certainly won't fear them.
Yeah, so we're getting ready for the next game here, which of course has an interesting lineup. There's no doubt about it. Clare Galway coming out here, and they're playing Glennon. So it's a chance for us to look back at the highlights of the particular game, and we'll be back here with the next game very shortly.